What's going on, my people? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Poetry, Politics, and Life, where we bear it all. I am your host, Tony Briscoe. Let's go ahead and get this party started.
Pivotal Point in Leadership, Part 1, A Journey to a Seat at the Table. Recently, in a leadership development class with high school students, I was asked about a pivotal moment in leadership that transformed my thinking as a leader. Being an African American male, I am used to people translating my passion as anger. It comes with oppressive systems that have operated long in the workplace. However, I also must acknowledge and recognize that there were times it wasn't passion and it was anger. In my company's data-driven culture, I have always and continue to lead with heart. For me, data without heart is information. Data with heart leads to organizational transformation. Data without heart wields a hammer that judges people for what they didn't do. The results will be nothing short of catastrophic. Data with heart leads every area of business and institutions to guide thinking toward what they should be doing. This approach is transformative and empowers companies to equip their teams with the necessary tools that will overall impact culture and improve results. How we approach our work is a very important process in leadership development. In 2015, I was downtown in our open office. Yes, that means no private rooms. C-level executives and senior directors or directors had no private offices. We believe in open communication and accessibility across teams. I had worked on a project for several months. To my own demise, I secretly tooted my own horn on how well I had managed a primary stakeholder. Emails for over a 6-month period all spelled success. We were excited to open a new learning center. And what we required mainly is a hurry up and wait ordeal that we sometimes face with utility companies. About 10 minutes before my phone rang, I had shared how the project timeline was 2 weeks ahead of schedule. My first milestone was taking place within 48 hours of my soon conversation. Remember, I am in an open office space. Tony, we're not going to be able to deliver for 30 more days. I'm sorry. With no regard for my colleagues, I went ballistic. While I do not use colorful language, my voice was primitive, condescending, disrespectful, and with malice. I was at the top of my lungs, yelling into my phone, clenching my fists, slamming it down on a desk. My hands became Thor's hammer and my voice was the god of thunder. After completely decimating a vendor whom I still had to rely on, Tony, I'm really, really sorry. I hung up the phone and I put my head down, but I felt great. Then it happened. Way to go, Tony. Yeah, you tell them. And the slow clap that every artist loves after giving a profound performance happened. The standing ovation. My colleagues were cheering me on, and I was embarrassed. I decided that day it was not how I wanted to be recognized as a colleague, team member, or leader within my organization. At that moment, the Hulk was formed in the minds of my colleagues, and it was nothing to marvel at. Pun intended. My leadership transformation started that day. Without me recognizing or realizing, data was being collected on me, and it was used on occasion as a point of feedback. I've always considered myself the Jack Bauer of my team, but I didn't realize how much like Jack I was beginning to feel in the workplace. If you've never watched the show 24, you wouldn't understand. For those that have, then you know Jack was often lonely and hurt those closest to him. Rest in peace, Curtis. Organizations require task-driven team members who know how to execute. But they need leaders who can spark employee inspiration and motivation without fear. How would Hulk be calmed? How would Captain America take his place? I had no tools at my disposal at the time, or at least I thought. Part 1, a journey into leadership.